Hello everybody, welcome back to my video. In Peru recently, well, a couple of years ago I should say, there have been creatures known as the face peelers. The name is Las Pelacaris, and I'll put it on the screen too, but it means the face peelers. And I guess that's what I'm going to perform to. But these creatures who's been terrorizing people and tearing off their faces. And this little girl, Talea, I'm going to tell you a whole story. One evening, she was picking fruit from a tree. Right at dusk, she picked fruit from the tree. She was knocking it down with the long stick, and the fruit fell to the ground. Talea began to bend over to pick up the rest, the fruit, and under the tree, under the tree there were some dead leaves. Then suddenly she felt a gust of wind behind her. The leaves rustled, so she looked behind her, and she sees a person coming up the hill, because the backyard is foresty, jungly between her house and her neighbor's house. And then this gray person, this thing's coming up the hill. It's like he was surfing on one of these circular platforms. He comes up from hill and the next to her, and immediately grabs her. He sees her from behind, seizes her from behind, and places his hand over her mouth so she wouldn't, hand over her mouth so she couldn't scream. Then she sees another one of the guys coming on another platform up the hill and lands and bigs himself in front of her on top of her legs, and now being held by two of the face peelers. She described them head to toe in black body armor and helmet. They were very tall. One of them, which she called the Guido, was very tall, taller than the other one. The individuals have in his mercy manner, but in this manner, but the hovering mind platform and pursued the left her up. They tried to lift her off the ground, but they couldn't, so they took her up behind the hut that was behind the house that were on the property, and then they proceeded to take out a powder and in his hand, and then some cream. He had this little bottle with cream in it, and he mixed the cream and powder together in his. Then he took another surgeon and sucked sucked the substance and shot it up her nose. Then they took out a larger tube, like a large toothpaste, and put it on their hand and proceeded to smear the cream over her face. Her face immediately became and it began to swirl, and she heard one say, "Be careful, don't apply too much, you are going to ruin the flesh." Then she later explained what she heard them saying, something about it would stick to the skin and they take it off, something along those lines. And then they took out a small device that is a laser scalpel, and they began to make incisions in her neck. They were going to peel their face off. Talea began to struggle. She began to lift up the mask and one behind her. As she began to do this, slapped her in the face. And when they did, they duped her, dropped her, and gave her a moment to scream. Her family members on the other side of the porch, sitting there outside. They had flashlights on them. Her brother on the side with his flashlight, and their neighbors up on the high, on the hill or high, or with flashlights. And they all see the same thing. See two individuals in black body armor hovering on a desk, and Talea is lying down on the ground, blood up from the insurgents. At this moment, she heard one say, "Let's go," and the other say, "We can't. Just leave her." One began to grab her by the hair, and it dragged her off the ground onto his platform. The neighbors see this and started to yell. They drop her and move. Well, there is a clearing in the trees, and lift up was the ground of speed disappearing in the sky. She survived with some injuries and traumatic, but when the government got involved in this, they really didn't do a good job with the investigation. They sent a couple of police, but they didn't really do a good job. And then police said that it was illegal minors with jetpacks. Sorry, and which doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, just wanted to share this story with y'all. A lot of other YouTubers are doing that. I hope y'all enjoyed this YouTube video. And if you found yourself enjoying this video, please like it, and then please subscribe, and please leave in the description anything you want to see later on. All of this helps me out a lot. Thank you.